Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
All right, so here we go.
Maybe I'm the weird one.
It's 2022. We don't judge. You do.
No,
what
I
you
don't.
wanna do.
A fan of the show had a shout out for you.
You should just shut your mouth. You're coming off as stupid.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
And good evening indeed. Let's talk some fucking sports. Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I'm your host,
Sports.
Blake. I'm joined, as always, with the dude just yelling sports, my boy Ryan.
What's up?
And Keith. What up, my guy?
What up? Who's Shannon?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. Who's Shannon? Keith
Who
Carver.
is Shannon?
Woo! Man, we have got a lot to jump into tonight. We have NFL shit. We've got baseball shit. We've
Nobody
got college
cares
football shit.
about the
We've
NFL
got a
right now.
whole bunch of shit to get into.
Nobody
but
cares about the
The
NFL.
biggest thing that I think we're all just kind of wondering is which big name do the Cubs sign while we're live tonight?
I have it on high authority that it will be nobody.
Oh, that is
Well, so I have thoughts. It's 8 p.m. there, 8:18 over in San Diego. So there's still a ton of times. Still a ton of time for stuff to happen. I have got Twitter open on like multiple tabs right now, keeping track of the rumors and
All right.
all that as they come along today. I'm ready. That's what I've been doing all day today. Don't tell my boss or tell him. I don't care.
Are you back to work? That's awesome. I didn't know you were back to work.
Oh yeah,
Very nice. Very
second
nice.
week.
I was not on Twitter. I was running a jackhammer and digging trenches, so it was fun.
What?
You were
Does sound
jacking off
fun.
what?
Yes.
Yeah, I wish
Yep.
that. I mean, that's what they call it. But I mean, yeah, we had Verlander signed with the Mets.
Yeah, we can just
Let's
run
start- let's-
through.
yeah, we'll
let's just
start
run through the
baseball.
list.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, starting the biggest signing of all of them, Rays inking Zach Eflin, a pitcher, to their largest deal they have ever signed a player to.
Wow.
3 years and $40 million,
Whoa.
which is super surprising. I mean, Eflin's not anything more than like a 4, maybe a 3.
Uh-huh.
Is right around a 4 ERA. He doesn't really have a huge history behind him. It's just where the market is right now.
Sure.
After that, though, the big signing. Well, first you had a big trade. Mariners getting Wong from the Brewers, which is
Brewers,
great. We
right.
don't have to deal with Colton Wong for 19 to 13 games a season in the Central anymore.
Why'd
Love
you say that so weirdly?
Wong.
No, you said we don't have to deal with Wong from 19 to 13 games. In the
Well, it
season.
was originally 19, and now it's going to be 13 because MLB has balanced the schedule now to where the division
We
rivals
play
only
everybody.
play 13 games against each other.
I got
You play everybody.
Yeah, I don't like it, but whatever. Rangers grabbed DeGrom.
Yeah, they did.
Huge deal, 185. I'm not sure what the Rangers are doing with that team. DeGrom, when he's on, he's Jacob DeGrom, 2-time Cy Young
Right.
winner. But his injury number his injuries have piled up. He's got a lot of mileage on that arm.
Does
You
it
know,
feel like the Rangers always sign a big name player
Well,
every year?
last year they signed 2 shortstops. Cubs.
Can we do that?
Hello, Jed Carter.
Jed.
But they spent $500 million last year on 2 shortstops. His contract is an average of $37 million a season from 2023 to 2027 with a club option for 2028. A lot of elevators in there. Apparently, the Mets offered him a 3-year deal. The extra years get it done, typically with most of these guys when they're in their 30s. Then after that, the Mets traded out of the DeGrom sweepstakes and landed Justin Verlander, 2-year 86, bigger average annual value there.
Unbelievable amounts of money. Holy shit.
See, to me, I like the Verlander contract more than the DeGrom. It's shorter.
Well,
There's
yes.
more money, but they're in a win now mode. But
Are they?
They are. They are. They have spent a lot of money to not be in the World Series.
They probably should have woken up at the deadline.
Yeah. Oh well. But that was a pretty big signing. 2 years, 86. I think Verlander, I mean, he just won a Cy Young. He's come back from multiple injuries. He's pitching like Justin Verlander. I don't think this is his last contract. I think he'll get through this 2-year
Really?
86, and I think he'll have at least another 1 or 2 years left in baseball. He's aging well. You know, his arm's not falling off, but, you know, once pitchers hit that 40,
Didn't he just have arm surgery last offseason, though? Didn't he miss part of last season? Was it Tommy John?
Was it Tommy John or was it something else?
Verlander?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was Tommy John. So that's interesting that you say that he's aging well, which, I mean, I get you. Like, he had a good season this year, right? But maybe the 2 years off did his body some good. Maybe he's on that TB12 regimen.
Yeah, Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
He did? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, young guys have Tommy John surgery too, so I don't know. I think he's aging well. I mean, he just won a Cy Young at, was he 40? 39?
39.
I mean, we're watching Brady at 45. So.
Well, do it.
They won last night.
He did. He did. Against all odds.
Literally.
Trey Turner, the first big domino to fall, $300 million over 11 years. He turned down $342 million from the Padres, which is just crazy to me.
Because he can't be short.
No, he was going to be a shortstop there. They were going to move Tatis off a short whenever he's done serving his PED.
That is so much money.
It is, but I think he's worth it. He was my favorite of the, and you know, you got to do these deals. This is baseball. This is where it's at right now. You know,
I get it.
That's why you see an owner like Artie Moreno selling the Angels. I think Jerry Reinsdorf is next off on selling the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of these old managers or old owners, they don't have it in them to spend that money.
Right.
But in the case of Moreno, he bought the team for like, I don't know, like a $10 million or something like that, and he's gonna sell it for over $4 billion. So
yep.
You know, the money's there. But this is the Phillies are scary now. You've got Turner,
they are.
You've got Turner, you've got Harper, you got Schwarber, you've got, I mean, all of the bats that they've got there. They've
Castellanos,
they've got some pitching. You know, that they went on a deep run at the end of the year. You know, I wanted them to win the World Series. Obviously, they didn't, but they also signed. Where's he at? Here, they've signed some pitchers as well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that in a second. Guardians. I'm flying through these because I know there's a lot of other shit that we want to talk about. I could talk baseball all night long. Guardians made a really sneaky good ad today with Josh Bell. He was a monster of a batter for a while in Washington. Fell off in San Diego, but I think that was just kind of the normal post-trade malaise. I mean, Juan Soto said the same thing. It was hard to play over there because they're so far away from their family. They couldn't call people after games or anything like that.
Sure.
You know, baseball's a mental game. But Bell gave us a ton of trouble when he was with the Pirates. It
Yeah.
seemed like he always could come up with a really good hit, but that's a 2-year, $33 million deal with a possible opt out after this year. So Guardians are still trying to make a run of it. My favorite deal of the day so far, former MVP Cody Bellinger landing with the Cubs, one of the best defensive center fielders right now in the game. The glove still plays, the arm still plays. He's 27 years old. It's 1 year, and I think his bat is fixable.
So what are you doing with Hap?
Hap's in
plays
left.
left.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Hap just won a Gold Glove in left, but now you've got
That's
an
cool.
outfield starters of Hap in left, Bellinger in center, and now Seiya, can concentrate mostly on right instead of trying to have to cover gap and stuff. But
Yeah,
Bellinger's got a ton of range, so I think that's going to help everybody out.
agreed.
I think that he had some injuries. A lot of people were pointing to Bellinger's shoulder surgery as a part of it, but I, was doing some research earlier today, came across a fantastic article about like where the real decline started, and it was when he got spiked running out of hit to first, ended up with a hairline fracture. And so they showed a side by side of his earlier, like his MVP season swing and his swing now. And there's a lot of like different load and heel points and everything like that he's changed. And it might not be all, purposeful. It might have been because he's, taking weight off of his broken leg when he was swinging.
Sure.
So I think
I like it. Good.
I was just saying, I think he's fixable, and plus $17.5 million for a year. You're not clogging up the outfield for, in case Brennan Davis comes back and he shows out. You're not clogging out center field for anybody else like Canario or
right
whoever.
Bellinger can play first too.
Yeah,
Bellinger
Bellinger
can play
play
first. Yep.
It reminds me of like a.
We've got a first baseman though.
We do.
I'm trying to think how to say this without making it sound bad, but like an upgraded version of Jock Peterson, where like, okay, we signed him because we're hoping to be competitive. If we're not, it's definitely a trade piece at the deadline.
Yeah,
well,
but Cody's a better defender than Jock ever was.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I meant. It's like an upgraded version of him, right? Like, and I don't mean any disrespect to Jock, but I think it's the next step.
But 1 year gamble on a dude that plays Gold Glove caliber defense, was an MVP, and Rookie of the Year, has the capability to hit 30 home runs. I mean, that's a win of a deal. I know there's that risk there, but to be honest, it's 1 year. This team is right now is the time to make a deal like this.
Yes.
Because if he blows up and he shows out, you've got a really good trade piece at the deadline. Or, if you're in the race, maybe you sign him for another couple of years. You give him a better contract. Now you've got a center fielder. You've got an MVP, former MVP in center field.
Well, and it shows the Cubs are hopefully going to spend this offseason.
Yeah, far this is the only deal so far. As I say that, I'll just refresh Twitter.
I was going to say, because I thought Jed had made a comment about we were close with other.
So I'll get to the news that I see out there right now in a second. Andrew Heaney, 2-year deal with the Texans. Again, Texans going for pitching. Heaney at the end of the year looked really good. He's not
Who
like
are you talking about?
Andrew Heaney. He
What
was
team?
the Texans Rangers.
Texas
I said Texans. I know.
I was like, I thought you switched sports on me.
Nope. $25 million over 2 years with incentives, so they can take it up to 37. That's a solid deal. He's not a guy you're relying on. He's not, DeGrom. He's a guy that you're going to plug in at 3, at 4. You're going to load manage him throughout the year. A lot of injury risk there, but, you save those bullets for the end of the season if you're really going to make a run at it. Mitch Haniger signed with the Giants tonight. 3-year, $43.5 million. I thought initially that took him out of the Judge race. I was like, okay, well, Judge is going back to New York.
Yeah.
But apparently they have actually been pursuing both of them at the same time. So this Judge is still out there. He could still sign with New York. He could sign with the Giants. A lot of people, a lot of the sports writers are heavy thinking that he still goes back to New York. I don't know. I feel like hometown team he grew up, loving. The Giants, I think that wins out.
Yeah.
He had his wife had a pretty cute little thing that she had said online. I guess he wrote a note 10 years ago that said, in 10 years, I'll be married to you, which he is now, married to Sam, I think that's his wife's name, and playing outfield for the San Francisco Giants.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, you gotta.
Yep. That's crazy.
Taijuan Walker tonight signed with the Phillies, which was a crazy big deal. 4 years, $72 million. I don't think you're counting on him to be anything more than a back end guy, but that's a heck of a good back end guy, and I can see why they spent that money. You're pulling him away from your rival in the East. He was 29 starts last year, 3.49 ERA across 157 and a third innings pitched. He's 30. He's 2 years removed from Tommy John, and he's thrown over 300 innings over the last 2 years. So I think that the injury concern is not as substantial there. He's healed. He's shown that he can throw. But the problem with Walker is the last 2 years, he's had a fantastic start to the season, and then he's fell way off. 2021, he was 2.66 ERA in the first half, was an all-star. Second half of the season, 7.13 ERA. Last year, 2.55 ERA in the first half and pitched 4.80 in the second. What's up, Off the Rails Gaming? How are you?
What's up, man? Welcome.
I'm just getting all of my pent-up baseball talking in. We always talk football, and I'm getting a solid 25 in on baseball right now.
Ryan, I noticed you also just hit all Off the Rails Gaming with the old Aaron Rodgers.
No, I saluted him. I didn't.
Which is what Rodgers did to your fans.
He held it a little long. It was a little suspect. So right now, per Ken Rosenthal, the Cubs are, quote, making a push for Jamison Tallison. For the most part, Off the Rails Gaming, they asked if we like hockey. I'm a Blackhawks fan by proxy.
Fuck the Blues.
Central Illinois.
It's hard to talk hockey, though, right now because we're Hawks fans. And we're in straight rebuild.
So. It doesn't look good.
It's hard to watch
today. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I like the idea of Jamison Tallison or Talion on the Cubs. That's we're not going to get a frontline starting pitcher. That's off the table. And to be honest, I'm glad that we didn't go after, Verlander or DeGrom. Now Rodon's still out there. I don't know about that one. I think he's going to want too much money. But I think Jamison Talion's a great signing if we can get it. Hopefully, 10 minutes ago. So we'll see if we get some breaking news throughout the podcast. But
we'll see.
We'll see. It's an exciting day. We still got one more day of winter meetings.
Yeah. They've been more. I feel like they were more active this year than they were last year, right?
It's the first year in 3 years that we've had a winter meetings. So
In person.
in-person winter meetings, yeah. Patrice Bergeron will retire after this year.
Who dat?
Keith is not a hockey guy. How old is he now?
He's up
92.
there.
Huh? But you 37? I don't know. I feel like 37, you still got a few years of skating.
He's young, but if you watch him skate, he looks heavy, like heavy legs.
Hey, not all of us can be 37 and a professional athlete. Some of us
No,
are
I
37 and
I
living
agree.
or podcasting from a basement.
I thought you were gonna say living in your mom's basement. I was like, whoa,
Well,
Ryan, something you need
no.
to tell us?
What kind of minutes is he getting? I'm going to look that up.
That I don't know.
24 games played this season, 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points, obviously. Shooting percentage 11.3, taking 80 shots this year. I don't know. I'm assuming you're a Penguins fan, or no, sorry, Bruins fan. He plays for. He's a Bruin.
Oh, did you
Boston.
just?
I did.
Oh,
well,
Boston.
dude, that would be like talking
Fast.
Cubs baseball and being like, "Oh, but you're a Cardinals fan, right?" Like that was a low blow.
Again, I don't know a ton.
Make sure you
of
follow our boy.
hockey.
Check him out.
I don't know a ton of hockey, but I would imagine that, I'd imagine probably has a year or two left. He still seems like he's getting shots. He's still, 21 points to start the season in 24 games. Yeah.
And that's how you bullshit a segment, everybody. Welcome to the
Thank
Bam
you.
Sports Show.
I'm very good at bullshitting. And
Welcome to the Bam Sports Show.
Tonight.
So let's talk a little football, since that's what predominantly what we talk here. We'll start college because there's a whole bunch of shit there. Transfer portal is open.
Yes, it is. And it is full.
Over 1,000
1,000.
players have entered the portal.
It's nuts. Obviously Luke Fickell left Cincinnati. He went to Wisconsin. Cincinnati's just swiped Louisville head coach Scott, which is ironic because that's who we're playing in a bowl game.
Yeah. I don't
In Fenway.
love the hire.
In Fenway, yeah.
I
What?
They're on the same
don't
side
love
line.
the hire
It's
for
crazy.
Cincinnati.
Really? I do, dude.
I don't. He's not looked good at Louisville for 3 or 4 years now.
Okay, so I think his overall record at Louisville was like 24-23.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was. So when he took the team over, they were 2-10.
Historically, Louisville's more of a basketball school, it seems like.
I
baseball.
mean, Lamar Jackson would disagree.
Well, that's one of how many.
The ACC would disagree. That's why they took Louisville. It's because of football. But when he took the team over, they were 2-10 from Petrino. Took him to 3. The first year he did not make a bowl. The next 3 years he made a bowl game. He beat UCF this year, who, plot twist, beat Cincinnati and played in the ACC championship. The dude had a better recruiting class than Luke. I like the hire. I like it a lot.
What did you say Satterfield's overall record was?
At Louisville,
Yeah.
25-23, I believe.
76-48.
I believe that's his overall career, not at Louisville.
So here's what's come out of Louisville.
Because that's a lot of games
You
for
ready
4 years.
to hear who's come out of Louisville football?
Sluggers.
Lamar Jackson,
That's it.
Calvin Pryor, Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy Bridgewater,
Bridgewater.
Mhm.
was Elvis Dumerville. He's a pretty good
Dog.
defensive end.
Dude's
He
a
was a
stud,
dog.
yeah.
And then outside of that, it's like Dave Ragone, who is more known for his coaching than being a football player. They haven't really had anybody come out since, Lamar, and they haven't had anybody notable really between Lamar and Teddy Two Gloves. And even then, I wouldn't say Teddy Two Gloves is too impressive. So I'm just saying they're more of a basketball school than a baseball school.
I mean, then you could say the exact same thing about Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But none of us on this show believe that Cincinnati is more of a basketball school than football school.
I don't know. I like Cincinnati's baseball team a lot.
Well, yeah, me too. But I don't know. I'm interested. No, not really. I mean, like top 10 at nationals, but not like Kentucky. Kentucky's fucking stupid. They win like 30 national titles in a row. It's dumb. I mean,
Blue
college
chip,
football,
baby.
College football playoffs were set. We had Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State, Alabama gets left out.
They did. Ohio State snuck back in there, huh?
They did. That Big Ten bias, since they want to bitch about the SEC bias.
We got 2 of them in there, baby. Speaking of the Big Ten, number 17 Illinois took down number 2 Texas tonight.
They did.
Let's go, baby. Came back from a pretty good sized deficit, won in overtime.
Who did Illinois just beat? Because this is back-to-back wins over number 2, isn't it?
No, we lost. We lost the last game to shit. I don't remember. I have to look it up. My brain is like legitimately just like hyper focused on baseball right now.
That's interesting. Texas is good though. Houston's number 1 in the country, I think. Right? Is that correct?
Yep.
And I saw North Carolina's not even ranked anymore.
They're in a downturn right now.
Well, they started the season 1. Didn't they?
We'll be nice and say North Carolina's having a bit of a moment. God, wouldn't that be some shit if they missed the entire bracket?
Can
you imagine
number 1 and don't make the tournament?
Can you imagine a tournament without North Carolina?
I dream of it.
Who won the Iowa Duke game? Do you know?
It's last I saw, I think it was still going on. Yeah, right now it's 65-50 or 67-50.
52.
Yep.
Duke's winning.
Yeah.
Wait, Deion Sanders ended up in Colorado. That's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
He's changing college sports.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's why I was banging the drum for him to come to Cincinnati. Right,
no, they offered on him, right?
Yeah, they flew, dude. There was a private jet that flew. They found the flight log online, and they flew down there, and talked to him. It essentially they landed in Jackson, Mississippi. I want to say an hour and a half before the announcement to Colorado came out. So we'll probably never know what the offer was from Cincinnati. If I had to guess, Colorado probably offered him more money because if those 2 programs, and I'm a Cincinnati fan, I'm probably biased when I say this statement. Between those 2 programs, if the pay is the exact same, I probably pick Cincinnati right now. They're on the way up. They're going to the Big 12.
But who wants to live in Ohio?
There you go. That's the key. Who wants to live in Ohio?
I guess you can live in Kentucky.
But it's like Deion had connections in the city.
Yeah.
He grew up, or has the swag kind of chip on your shoulder that Cincinnati's had the last couple years. I don't know. Again, I'm a Cincinnati fan, so I'm probably biased on that statement. But it is curious to see, with USC and UCLA leaving the Pac-12, and I think I read it on Twitter that over 100 kids that have entered the portal have either talked to or been recruited by Colorado, and they're all 4s and 5s. If he turns the most fucking insane class ever. Like, what the fuck?
Do you think that he's got more NIT money available to him at
NIL money, you mean?
or NIL?
NIL.
Yeah, sorry. Do you think he's got more NIL money
Maybe.
available to him
Colorado?
at Colorado versus
Compared to
Cincy?
Cincinnati? Probably.
Because again, you got to think it's a state school versus a city college.
Yeah, but that's the NIL money is coming from alumni and boosters and
yeah.
shit like that. It's not coming from federal government, so the city
No,
or the state doesn't
no.
really matter.
No, but I feel like most people like you see a lot more people going to a state college than like, you know, a city college.
I mean, yes, I see what you're saying.
Cincinnati's a smaller school than Ohio State. Ohio State's going to get more
correct.
players through and more people through. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so there's
no,
going to be
I
a
see what you're
higher
saying.
chance
Yeah,
of
yeah,
having
yeah.
like a higher end booster through one of those.
Sure.
schools, is what I'm saying.
Sure. Yeah, no, I don't disagree, and I think that's something that Luke struggled with for Cincinnati, and that was part of the emphasis on the hire was bringing somebody in that understood NIL, pushed on it. I mean, Scott's press conference, I think like the second statement out of his mouth was like, "If you're an alumni, you need to be supporting NIL." And I mean, I'm on Twitter every day, and
Please give me the monies.
I've never seen before Monday afternoon after Coach Satterfield was introduced. I've never seen on social media them push like the NIL fund.
It's weird, man. It's a
You know what I'm saying?
weird time for college ball.
Yeah.
Just throughout. I'm interested to see what happens with the baseball season too, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of these teams, they'll play real cold weather baseball to start the season. And
Mhm.
so if you've got a higher end guy, you're gonna, Mississippi State, UMass, Texas, Louisville, even, having some more money there to draw baseball players to your team is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So you got to think too, like if you get a top prospect in baseball to come to your school and they make it to the majors, you've got a huge advantage there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just it really is insane. I mean, if you think about it, like
now I was
and I
all
see
for NIL to start, and I feel like it's kind of gotten too weird.
I feel like they went from one extreme to the other. NIL is one thing, transfer portal's another. Right? Like the fact that you have both of them going at the same time, it literally turns it into an NFL free agency. Like that's what we're seeing right now is we're watching these kids go somewhere, play for a year. JT Daniels is a prime example. Went to Georgia, played football at Georgia. Lost the job. Went to West Virginia, played football, or went to Oregon, I believe. And then Georgia.
Yeah.
And then West Virginia. And then guess what? Now homeboy's entering the portal again.
Yeah.
It's
JT Daniels, I don't think has a future in pro
I'm not saying
football, but so I think that's why he's doing this.
Right, but I'm saying that is an example of why and how it's happening. Like if you have NIL, you want to recruit these kids out of college or out of high school for money with NIL stuff, okay. But the fact that we have the transfer portal at the same time is opening this can of worms. You see what I'm saying? So there needs to be, they need to tighten up the transfer portal regulations, in my opinion. Like if your coach leaves, like Coach Luke Fickell leaves, okay, you can, Cincinnati, your players can enter the portal, but if you go somewhere and you start 12 games, why should you be allowed to enter the portal and just jump to a better, you see what I'm saying? I don't, it doesn't sit well with me, and I'm an Alabama fan, and that's, Gibbs was Georgia Tech starting running back last year. He literally started for Georgia Tech last year. No one knew his fucking name. He comes to Alabama. He gets behind a good line. He can fucking do what he can do. All of a sudden, everyone knows who he is. So I get it. Alabama benefits from this, but I still don't like it for the decency or competitive spirit or loyalty or whatever of college sports that we've always had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sorry, I just read a rumor and I've got to.
You're good. What is it?
I don't want to say. Yeah.
Say it. Say it.
Okay, it's not. It's not official or anything like that. It's nothing. It's one of those dumb Twitter accounts that are saying that a deal has been done. But we did hear earlier this year or today that Wilson Contreras, one of my favorite Cubs of the last 10 years, has received a preliminary multi-year, 5-year or more offer from both the Cardinals and the Astros. Yeah, yep.
Yep, I agree, Keith.
That's me, Rick.
Between the two, I would rather him go to the Astros.
Agreed.
Obviously. If he went to the Cardinals, I might actually have to get rid of my Contreras jersey.
I will be sick to my stomach, 100%.
I might cry. I will literally cry.
It won't be good, but so far, nothing out there yet. Like I said, I'm keeping it refreshed.
Jim Leonard is not returning to Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, speaking of Wisconsin, they only have 8 commits now. They had so many decommits, they only have 8 commitments.
That's insane for that school.
Dude, they are not happy about, from what I'm seeing on Twitter, the quarterback's leaving. From what I'm seeing, they are not happy that the staff hired Luke Fickell and not Jim Leonard.
They wanted Jim Leonard.
The boosters wanted Leonard. I understand if Luke did this for his family because he's always been a family guy and his family first. I think this is going to be a disaster up there, man. And I said it before all this shit.
Lasts up there?
If he doesn't win right away?
It's a Big Ten school. 2 years, 3 years tops.
You think they even give him 3 years?
No.
I mean, it's a Big Ten school. It's a blue chip football and basketball school. Like you gotta come in right away.
I can tell you,
fans are crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
from
and
Wisconsin.
it's
an awful
state. It's a
win
now mood. Like it's a win now.
Terrible
mood.
football team.
I don't think Luke makes it through the second season if they have a rough first season and they have a rough second season. I don't think he survives that.
Yeah, it was a weird signing.
You can't use loose Illini. You just can't.
What game did Illini get?
They did 2 years in a row.
Illini got the formerly known as the Outback Bowl, is now the Relia Quest Bowl, January 2nd against Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
So,
you should win that game.
Bowl bound, baby. I don't know. Mississippi State's pretty good. They're a fairly good team.
Alabama whooped that ass.
I'm excited though. It's I'll be at work that day because we go back to work that day. But
boo. Well, really?
Right? Because let me see.
It's a Monday.
Yeah. Oh no! So it's. I don't know. We might be off that day. I might take the day off.
No, I think that's the holiday, dude. Because the first is on Sunday. So that Monday is a holiday.
Let's hope you're right. I don't think you are though.
Keith, fact check that. Verify the bank holiday is on Monday.
No, it is, but my job will be resuming normal business hours on Monday.
Bank holidays don't affect us blue collar people over here.
Well,
I'm gonna actually ask about that because we should get that day off.
You should get that day off, and actually, it should be a paid day off because I think almost by legal, they have to pay you for that time.
We're a small business. It's cool.
We-
I've got job applications out. Don't worry.
We pay people for the first.
Yeah.
We pay-
Anyways.
Don't leave that job before we buy the quartz, because I still need a countertop.
You're not going to get like a crazy deal for me. I'll still help you out. Even if I'm even if I leave there, I know people.
Okay, cool.
I'll get you set.
Anyways, so we'll talk a little bit of NFL before we get out of here, because we do have to recap some shit.
I don't even know who the Thursday game is.
I don't know who the Thursday game is.
Hey, football news. Ryan is in the win column.
Ryan is in the win column. Thank
Did
you.
I did it.
I'm glad he won.
Scar's looking
Glad
good.
he won.
He did it.
Scar's
He beat a
looking
top
good.
team.
I did.
Playoff
I
team.
beat John. I beat John's ass. Beat that ass.
If me and Blake were talking, if Evans catches a game winner, you lose.
Oh yeah, no.
Yep.
I know. I won by 3 points. It's cool. It makes up for the loss that I had earlier this year by 0.02 to Brad.
Ooh, yeah.
That happened.
I almost won.
Speaking of Brad, he's got no quarterbacks at all.
He has no quarterbacks.
Aw.
Fuck Brad.
Shucks. Fuck Brad.
He's not making
Hashtag
playoffs.
fuck Brad.
Hashtag fuck Brad. I should find my shirt.
What a shitty game on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine not flexing Burrow versus Mahomes.
That was a fantastic game.
What,
was
the Kansas City Cincinnati game.
Yes.
That game was fun.
That was,
Dude,
I
but-
think, my favorite game of the weekend.
All right, so that leads me to the question that I put as one of the subjects for tonight: is who the fuck is real?
And for
Like
Blake,
all of these
needs me
teams
to
look
win again
beatable.
this week, and for Blake to go negative 200 on it. Win streak, Austin, just for you.
Negative. Oh, that's right. I am playing Austin this week.
Yeah, I need you to lose, Blake, by a lot.
Oh.
If you could do that for me, please, thanks. So I could sneak into the playoffs like Ohio State.
So who's real?
Who is
Eagles.
real?
Buffalo,
Dallas.
Cincinnati. I think the
Hold
Bengals
on,
are coming back together.
Start that list over again.
Buffalo.
Beatable.
That
I mean, technically every team is beatable. There's no, undefeated teams right now, Blake.
I know, but it just. But you know what I mean? Like they just don't feel.
I mean, I get that. Cincinnati
no running
feels like
game.
they're getting on the start of a run. They're gelling.
I would
they're
agree with that.
playing well. The defense is coming on late. Like they're getting hot at the right time at the end of the season.
Offensive line looks good too.
Kansas City.
They're beatable.
Feels beatable.
they just
Yeah.
got beat.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they just got beat.
But if we would have had this conversation last Tuesday, we would have said Kansas City is on a fucking.
Right. I mean, they
were
lost.
until they ran into the fucking Cincinnati Bengals.
Right. They lost because they ran into a really good team on a good week. And Austin's right here. Chiefs are real too. Let's not get bogged down on a 1 week sample. That's true. I mean, I'm looking at it over the season and I just feel like that team is missing Tyreek Hill and they have no running game. Pacheco's starting
No
to come
running
on a
game.
little bit, but
Right.
man, they got shit for running game.
You shut down Kelsey, you shut down that team. Apparently.
Exactly.
And it happened this week, Kelsey. I mean, what, 7 points in fantasy?
He
No
had one
touchdowns.
catch.
One catch.
And
Yeah.
he fumbled.
They're still scoring a ton more than everybody else. Their differential is plus 80.
Mm-hmm.
They have the second highest in the AFC behind the Bills with 124. But yeah, I mean, out of that, like there's only 3 AFC teams right now that I feel like are real, and that's Buffalo, Cincy, and Kansas City. The NFC is a different story. NFC is pretty wide open.
Right.
Eagles, obviously they feel for real. Cowboys.
Robert Quinn went to the IR today. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. Yeah,
I
we
did.
won that trade. Give me a fourth
Yeah.
rounder for what he's
You won the
produced.
Rokon trade.
I know. I'm
The-
fine with it all.
Your
I'm fine with
backup
it all.
has more tackles than him since he left.
Yeah, Jack Sanborn's a fucking dog.
The next
Love
Brian
Where did he go to
Urlacher.
school? Where did he go to school?
Fuck.
He went to Wisconsin, and he got way better when he got out of that shithole.
Put Keith in timeout.
Sorry.
Definitely not the Bears. No. They are in a real good shot of having the second overall pick.
Will Anderson, baby.
Vikings. So Eagles, Cowboys, Vikings all feel like real teams.
49ers felt real.
49ers felt real.
Did you
I
hear
don't
they're
know.
saying now? Hold on, it may not be broken.
He doesn't have a list Frank, and they think he'll be back for the playoffs.
Correct.
But at this point, you are a game above the Seahawks with what, 4-5 games left to play,
Mm-hmm.
and you're starting Brock Purdy,
You don't think he can do
Mr.
it?
Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. Hey, who knows? Maybe the Iowa State guy gets good, but he looked fine last week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. NFL
Seattle's kind of cooled off. a
NFL
little
feels
bit,
real messy right now.
though. Yeah.
You've got a couple of teams that are running through people. And even the Vikings. The Vikings are 10-2, and I don't believe in that team.
They're
They just gave
underdogs
up
this week
500
against.
yards.
I know.
They're
the
underdogs
Jets.
this coming week against Detroit.
So here's
Detroit's
they should
favored
be
there for that
because
game.
Detroit is like way on the up and up. Like
Yeah,
Detroit
yeah.
at 5-7, I could see them being an 8-9 win team to finish the season.
Yep.
They just dropped 40 on the Jags. You've got a lot of guys coming back healthy at the right time. I'm super fucking bullish on Detroit right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Vikings differential, their point differential is only plus 10. They're a 10-2 team. They're squeaking by.
Yeah.
But I don't like them. I don't like them as a playoff team. Obviously, they're going to be a playoff team. They're 10-2, second
Yep.
best record in the league right now.
You had them picked to
so-
win the whole thing.
I did, but they feel blah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the talent on that team, but it's just like they're winning.
Yeah.
But
You can't give up 500 yards to the Cowboys and win.
no.
You can do it against the Jets.
And I'm not gonna
Not
lie,
the
like
Cowboys.
I'll say it. I know we all hate the taste on our mouth when we say it, but like the Cowboys look good.
They do.
They have Philly this week, don't they?
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe.
So I
Look
mean,
up the schedule now.
I'm pretty sure they have Philly. Where is it at? Yep. No. Sorry, Philly has the Giants. So who do the the Cowboys have the Texans.
Oh, yeah. There you go. They're going to be a 10-win team after this weekend. Oh, that would be great though if they lost to the Texans and the Bears. They have the bye week this week. Now the Bears go into a tie for the first overall pick. Loving it.
All right, Texans, take care of business down
Come
there. in Dallas.
on.
Jets look good though against the
The
Vikings.
Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mike White seems to like what's his name? Garrett Wilson.
he does. He does.
Played him this week, so I got me some points there. Titans lose to the Eagles, obviously.
Titans have some crazy shit going on right now, too.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you're in first
Holy
place in your
cow.
division. It's week 14, and you're going to fire your GM. John Robinson fired today by the Titans.
Mhm. Apparently, there was a dust up this morning between Vrabel and him, and Vrabel said it's him or me, and they're like, well, bye. You're the dude
Really?
that fucking traded away A.J. Brown for Traylon fucking Burks, who could
What do
be
you
good.
imagine that? What do you imagine that what do you think happened between those two? Like, just walk me through like a made up scenario.
Vrabel kicked his fucking door down and started pissing on his desk after he saw what A.J. Brown did to him. And he goes, you fucking suck. You traded that guy. And he's pissing this whole time. 7 solid minutes of piss coming out of him.
Wow.
Like a
That's a
camel.
lot of fucking piss.
Yeah.
Like
He stops midstream and then shoots one out like real fast when he's making a point. You fucking traded A, J, Brown. And that's what happened.
And that's the story
Then
of
he
why
shit in his
John
desk.
Robinson was fired today.
Then he shit in his desk while standing because he's under.
I just
cover
imagine
Vipers fan.
I just imagine Vrabel with his big O fucking deep in. You
And
gonna
his
fire that
giant
motherfucker?
bong.
I'm gonna whoop his ass right fucking out.
The crazy thing is he didn't even touch it. His hands were up the entire time, and it was like that Chappelle Show skit,
Oh
just going
god.
everywhere.
Ryan's out of control.
I didn't even
I
smoke
just-
weed. This is unfiltered me.
Um,
I smoke weed to tamp myself down for you guys.
Ravens win, but they lose Lamar for probably 1 to 2 weeks, I'd assume.
Yeah,
If
so
I'm
1 to
Lamar,
3.
I'm not playing the rest of the season.
Even if you have a shot at the playoffs,
No. Fuck Baltimore. You don't want to pay him beginning of the season. You don't want to protect him. Fuck him. I'm not playing. Sorry, coach. My knee hurts.
so
Well,
I
that's
see
true,
one
too.
blue check mark right now saying sounds like we might have a quote late night all caps signing for the Chicago Cubs.
Ooh.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's probably not. We're not going to break it live unless you want to just go until midnight.
Just go. Just keep going.
No, y'all can. You have
nothing to do
power.
tomorrow.
You can go ahead and do it. Excuse me.
You have nothing to do tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We got to pick up the sighting at 8 a.m. Fuck me.
I will not.
Dolphins fall to the 49ers. Kind of talked about Jimmy G a little bit there, but I mean,
Tua looked
Niners
crap.
33-17. Yeah, Dolphins didn't look good there.
Tua was exposed, like I said he would be.
Where's that
Where's-
comment from?
You looking?
What are
Hold
you
on.
looking for? I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what he's
Um,
doing either.
I'm hold on.
He's searching.
Where's
for something.
fucking Austin's comment
Which one? There's
About-
50 of them. Pick one.
about fucking it's been 1 week. 1 week sample, motherfucker.
This one?
But that's just Chiefs.
That's the
Yeah.
Chiefs. I've said
Change that
the
to-
entire
change that to
time.
All I'm saying
Tua
Tua
is
looked
real
like shit.
too. Let's not get bogged down on 1 week sample by the best defense in the NFL.
I don't know.
He
He
still
was
looked like
exposed. He got beat
Austin.
by Mr. Irrelevant.
Austin,
did.
tell this guy is Mr. Irrelevant with CMC, Debo, Kittle,
Listen,
Ayuk,
who's irrelevant now?
best
It's
defense
Tua.
in the league.
Tua's irrelevant.
Clip it. Clip it. Tua
Raiders.
is irrelevant.
Raiders win again. They beat the Chargers at home, 27-20.
I thought the Chargers
Raiders,
had that one. Raiders look
Raiders
good.
are undefeated since Derek Carr cried.
Your move, Russell.
Waiting on you, Russ.
No. The Raiders are undefeated since I traded Derek Carr.
True.
Thank you, Austin.
True. Thank you.
I'm not lying.
That's why I'm wearing my black shirt.
What did you
I'm
say?
now a Derek Carr fan.
The
'Cause I
Raiders
got
are
him.
undefeated since I traded him live to Ryan when he needed him.
Oh, that's right. And we had collusion live on the show. You were laughing so hard you didn't even see me put that on the screen.
I put it on
Right.
again. Let's
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
this week. What's coming up this week? Oh, Bears lost to the Packers. Justin
Bears
Fields looked
did
really
lose to the
good.
Packers. Fields did look good. Highest QBR in the league this week. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a
Bears.
second string.
I knew that
defense.
was
It's
going to.
cool.
What did I say? What was my lock? It was the Packers.
Your lock was the Packers.
Yeah.
It
Did all
was.
of our locks win?
It was.
Uh,
Mine did,
who-
yes. Mine was Seattle,
Who
which
was
I was a
mine
little
again?
scared for.
Don't you
Phil-
have? Do you have
Baltimore?
a spreadsheet of them?
I did not track
No.
this.
I don't remember.
Who
the
was
games
my
were.
lock? I don't
Baltimore?
remember. Maybe it was Baltimore. Who locked the Browns? Somebody locked the Browns, didn't they? Rick, maybe?
We thought about it. Maybe. Somebody did lock the Browns.
I don't remember
think-
who it was though.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Thursday night we got Raiders at the Rams. I think this is the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Rams are down to their third stringer. They just pulled old Bakey.
Oh, they signed
Baker
Baker.
Mayfield.
They got Baker.
Baker's
got
not
Baker.
going to start this game.
Why
They
not?
signed him
Suit it
today
up.
and they play in 2
Who gives a
days.
shit.
He's not
Going to read the
suit it up.
playbook anyways. He's
That's
going to do
true.
the same
He
thing. He's going
won't.
to turn the fucking ball over and run.
Good. He can start next week against the Packers.
I'm
Allen
seeing
Robinson
right
to
now
die
from a
out.
couple of different,
Oh, who we signing?
random tweeters.
Dansby. I feel like it's Dansby.
No, Jameson Talion sounds like it's a multi-year deal. None of the big guys have said anything yet, so we'll see. Again, though, I liked Jameson Talion. I think he'd be a solid signing for the Cubs, where they're at right now. Going back though to the schedule of the NFL.
Mhm.
For fantasy football purposes, like this is the week before playoffs start.
A bye is awful here.
This is a terrible fucking week for fantasy. These are they're Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, Indy, New Orleans, and Washington are
Yep.
all on buys this week.
Yep.
And my fantasy football playoffs start in another league.
This week?
Oh.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sucks.
My GM's an idiot. My commissioner's an idiot.
Is it me?
No, it's not
Did
you.
I start this week?
No, it's my auction one that I had that really
yeah.
stacked team in.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked what quarterback to play because I don't have Fields and I lost Jimmy.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because I had Jimmy specifically for this week, but now I don't have Jimmy at all.
Oof.
There's not really any games that jump out at me next week of the next week's schedule. Obviously, we'll talk about it on Friday, but nothing like jumps out at me like, ooh, I want to watch that.
Philly and New York.
That'll be. I think that's. I mean, like I said, we'll get into it on Friday, but I think that's Philly, right? Like,
Yeah. I think it'll be a
but
tougher
divisional game, I guess you never
Yeah.
know.
Minnesota at Detroit, like that one I think I'm gonna actually watch. I'm pretty sure that'll be the game on in Springfield. So I think that's gonna be the one that I watch on Sunday because I'm pretty interested in seeing what Detroit does.
We might get Dallas.
Might get the big dickheads down in Dallas.
Dallas, Houston at Dallas.
I mean, it's Dallas.
I wouldn't be
I don't know.
surprised if they didn't send a TV crew down for that one. They just play the all 22. And they give the mic to a drunk Cowboys fan in the stands.
Sorry, here with them
Sorry,
boys.
a Cowboys fan. Yeah, kind of a
Kind of stalled
not
to
a
see
great.
Not a good
Not a
week,
great-
right? Like, not a good.
Yeah.
And no college ball on Saturday.
Yep.
Bulls don't start till the following Saturday. Man,
Kind of a crappy
yeah.
weekend for sports. Because we could just talk baseball on Friday.
Which is great for me because Noah's birthday is on Thursday, and we have his birthday party on Saturday. So
Where's your party at? I don't want to bump into you again. I have a party to go to on Saturday as well.
where's your party at?
It's at Ergadoozy.
That's not ours. We're at the Y. Pool
hate
party,
Ergadoozy.
baby.
I hate
Ooh.
Ergadoozy.
You going swimming ride?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Most likely, I'll just be holding Lucy the whole time.
Nice. All right, boys, let's wrap this up. We'll get out of here. We'll be back on Friday to go over the rest of the MLB signings that happen.
I'm looking. You just keep talking. I'm looking.
I'm talking. Guys, don't forget, Ryan's Extra Life fundraiser is still running through the end of the year. The link is in the description below. Click
We
that.
are going to have another kind of good fun stream in the next couple of weeks. Our
Ooh.
team raised over $2,000 this year.
Exciting.
And our buddy Ryan, who's part of our team, said that if we can get over $2,000, he will do a half an hour on the VR in some underwater game. He is deathly afraid of underwater stuff. So
Oh,
it'll be
interesting.
very fun to watch him have a heart attack and probably die, which I hope doesn't happen
Nice.
because
I
love
hope
him to
doesn't
death.
happen. I hope that doesn't happen either, because that kind of defeats the purpose of extra life, I would assume.
He's not a kid though, so
Also, don't forget that Ryan had said and agreed to that if he hits his goal of $500, he will shave his ass live on the BAM Sports Show.
I did not say that, and I. But if you want to get me over $500, I'd consider it.
Hey, you heard it here first.
I would consider it.
All right, guys. We're out of here.
not
Be a
on
friend,
that
tell
show.
a friend. We will see you then. Peace, y'all. Later.